our GCSE geography field trip to Malham in the Yorkshire Dales National Park.
This is the main paint display coach and car park built in Malham.
It was built to manage a huge number of cars that come to Malham.
This is Malham. This is a very small village but a real honeypot site.
Tourists flock here to see Malham Cove, Janet's Foss and Gordale Scar.
This is the Pennine Way. This footpath is used by many thousands of people every year, so it has to be carefully managed to prevent footpath erosion.
Here you can see that the footpath is made of limestone, grit and gravel. It is very hard wearing, well drained and looks very natural.
People are encouraged to walk on the path and keep off the grass.
It has been made wide enough for several people to pass by.
Carboniferous limestone is a sedimentary rock. It was formed under a shallow tropical sea from deposits of sea creatures and sediment laid down over a million years.
Over time, the layers of sediment has become compacted and cemented to form rock.
There is lots of evidence of weathering processes here. Over there you can see a screw slope, which is formed by fragments of rock that have been broken off due to freeze-thaw weathering.
Evidence of biological weathering is visible on the cliff face. There are plants growing in the joints, bedding planes and ledges on the cliffs, their roots weakening the limestone.
This is Malham Cove. It's an amphitheatre-shaped cliff formed from carboniferous limestone.
Malham Cove was a waterfall. Just after the last ice age, huge volumes of meltwater flowed over the surface of the frozen limestone, creating valleys and this waterfall.
Looking at Malham Cove, it is possible to see the horizontal bedding planes. These are lines of weakness between the layers of rock.
It is also possible to see ledges on the cliff face. This is where some layers of limestone are more resistant than others.
The black streaks on the cliff face are lichens that were blackened by coal dust in the atmosphere.
At the bottom of Malham Cove there is a resurgence. The water that comes out at Malham Cove has come from Smelt Mill sinkhole close to Malham Tarn. There are two sinkholes close to Malham Tarn, Smelt Mills and water sinks. Tests were made with dye in the water to work out which sinkhole fed this resurgence.
Here we are at the top of Malham Cave. On this exposed limestone it is quite clear to see the horizontal belly planes and vertical joints.
From the top of Malham Cove we can see the famous limestone pavement, and in the distance you can see the exposed limestone cliffs or scars.
This is limestone pavement. During the last ice age, glaciers scraped the overlying soil and rocks from the flat plateau. The exposed limestone was then able to be attacked by chemical weathering processes.
The limestone pavement has flat slabs called plinths and gaps called grikes. The grikes are basically widened joints between the limestone.
Limestone is a calcium carbonate and rainwater is a weak carbonic acid.
When the slightly acidic rainwater falls on the limestone, it dissolves a minute amount. This process is known as carbonation. Over time this creates pitting on the clays, but it also widens the joints to form the grikes.
This is the dry valley at Watlows. During the last ice age the limestone was frozen, which meant it was impermeable.
The huge volumes of meltwater produced as the ice melted carved this valley in the still frozen rock. Now the limestone is permeable and the valley has been left dry.
The water that carved out this valley at Watlows flowed over the massive waterfall at Malham, eroding it back to form the cliff we see today.
This direction is to Malham Cove, and this way is to Gordale Scar, a collapsed cavern.
Carboniferous limestone is a sedimentary rock. It was formed under a shallow tropical sea from deposits of sea creatures and sediment laid down over millions of years.
Over time, the layers of sediment has become compacted and cemented to form rock.